All right, welcome everyone to our exact contact webinar on online leads, and there has to be a better way. And I love the headline of today's webinar: less than 1% of all online leads closed in 2020. There is a better way. Many years ago, I don't want to give away my age, but when I got into the real estate industry, from the marketing and branding side, and we started working with agents to grow their businesses and do more transactions, immediately dug into the data. And there's statistics that you and I have talked about many, many times on previous webinars where customers love their real estate agent in year one. And then in year 5, when they're interviewed again, they ask them, would you use your realtor again? Would you love them? Do you like them? And they say, would you refer them to a friend? And they say, I don't even remember who my realtor was, and
Yep.
yet, and that's where engagement and CRM and all of that really comes into play. And then there's another stat that goes along with that. Every year we research how much of a realtor's business comes from sphere of influence, customers, people that they know, referrals, anything in their sphere of influence. And ironically, the more technology that seems to come into the market, the more that the use of a realtor goes up and online leads closing goes down. So I'm just saying, it's all about engaging your customers, and that's why I love today's topic. So anyway, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I'm going to stop my share here, and I'm going to
Yeah, I'm going to throw mine up there if I can. Where's my, I've lost my toolbar. Hang on.
Right. So I want to introduce you. So this is Shannon McGee with Exact Contact.
Hey, everybody.
And Shannon is so knowledgeable about where business comes from for real estate agents and how you all can implement some tactics and some marketing in your business to actually grow your business and generate business from your sphere of influence. And so today's topic, why did you choose today's topic, Shannon?
Because there's a better way. We want you to get off the lead gen treadmill.
Gotcha.
We can help. Yeah. So we want to talk about, first I'm going to set it up, like why? Why are the online leads such a problem? And it's not actually that the leads suck. I know a lot of you in the background are going, yeah, it's because they're not real leads. They are. A lot of them are real leads, but there are some key reasons why they're not good leads for the majority of real estate agents. So I've got some facts around that. We love stats. And then I'm going to roll into what you can do about it and what that better way is.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then take it away.
I will do. Let me.
So welcome everyone.
Thank you for joining up here. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys always for inviting me. Love joining the HomeSmart crew for webinars. Love your enthusiasm, Todd. So again, I think we just talked about this, what the goal of this webinar is, and then why you should have a real estate CRM for your business, why CRM is so key when online leads are so difficult to close. And there's always that little bit of disconnect. Well, my CRM is where my online leads go. Well, yeah, sort of. But maybe you don't need quite so many online leads as you think of. I can't tell you how many agents we talk to on a daily basis that are calling us and asking, well, do you provide me with leads? I need a list of leads. And there's some fundamental problems with that strategy. And I'm going to talk about the agent personas and where we can shift our focus to do what's better for you and for your personality, for your persona. So this is pretty staggering, right? 200 million online leads and 1% close, actually less than 1%. If you actually look at the data, we rounded up, or T360 rounded up. Converting online leads is hard. And I know this as a salesperson and hiring salespeople, converting online leads and making essentially cold calls to strangers requires a certain mindset and discipline and the ability to take massive rejection because you're calling strangers. They don't know who you are. You've got to spend the first 7 seconds of that phone call telling them who you are and why you're calling. And most real estate agents don't have that mindset. It's a personality type.
Right.
It's actually 85% of agents are not wired that way.
Okay.
And this is a stat from T3. You're familiar with T360?
Oh yeah, very familiar.
Yeah. So this is actually a stat from T360, and I'm going to present you some of their findings.
Right.
And it's, so many agents are still focused on getting more leads and trying to chase strangers, but it's just not in their natural nature to do that.
Right.
Right. So it's not working. And as a result, agents are losing business, and we want to help with that. So again, just leading back to that T360 side of things, T360 put this together. It's got their little presentation thing down there.
Right.
These are key agent personas, types, prospectors and converters on the left, networkers and marketers on the right, and the different key practices in their prospecting strategy and in running their business. And you'll see right away, the prospectors and the converters are on the cold leads side of the spectrum,
Right.
and they have that mindset. The networkers and marketers are on the warm leads, sort of more building an expertise, building a rapport with their client base. And that's what sets, what really the dividing line here is the warm leads, cold leads side of things.
Right. And one of the things that I'd meant to say at the beginning, why today's topic, even excited me, was that a year ago, I remember a slide that it talked about 9% of, leads came from online, but only 2% had closed. So, that's where now this year it's 1%, and where what you have up on the screen is becoming more and more important for agents to understand because of the way the trend is going. So.
Yeah. And if any of us have worked in other industries, other careers, you may have done some sort of personality profiling at some point,
Right.
and where you fall, when it comes to admin tasks versus interpersonal skills and so on. And that applies to this business in real estate as well, right? What are you good at?
Right.
And focusing on those things. And the CRM that is useful to the prospector and converter is a different CRM than the one that the networker and the marketer use. And we're not pretending to be all things to all agents. Exact Contact is not the CRM typically for the prospector and converter. They need a lead source and all kinds of nurture and marketing, dollars in behind that. The Exact Contact CRM is definitely more on the networker and marketer side, helping you nurture your existing database and sphere and build business from that over time. Especially right now, like what's the inventory like in your local area, Todd?
Oh, well, here's the interesting thing. Everybody keeps talking about, that there's no inventory, And I've lately, I've been kind of reframing everyone's words a little bit. There's no active inventory. Recently, Dr. Lawrence.
Houses are not going away.
Well,
they're still there.
Well, no, but here's the thing. You're correct. And actually, we are going to do this year, Dr. Lawrence Yoon, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, I saw a statistic where he predicts 6.4 million homes being sold in 2021. That's actually $900,000 more homes than previous years. I mean, typically we run around 5.5 million, sometimes 5 million, sometimes down to 4.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually the homes and the inventory are there and transactions are up. It's just that they're happening quickly. They come on the market and then they quickly move into pending. So but inventory, available inventory, to answer your question, is tight everywhere. It's down across.
There's a shortage.
There's a shortage, and there's a housing shortage in the U.S. that is driving it, and low interest rates and the demand that's on the other side that's driving it up as well. So.
What we're seeing up here in Canadian market, Toronto, metro hub here, is people are just trying to get out of the city. They've been locked in their condo tower for months. And so the homes in the surrounding areas are just getting snapped up. There's more buyers than there are homes. And that's why there's the inventory shortages, because all of these people are it's like this max exodus from downtown. Rental units are just sitting empty because nobody wants to live there. So, I mean, that's what's happening. But in that type of market, there's more business in an agent's own database and sphere than many of us think of.
I agree.
There's no point in knocking on doors and chasing down a neighborhood that you're not familiar with. Go to the people that already know, like, and trust you.
Right.
And that's what we've been saying that, all of 2020, work with the people that know, like, and trust you, because especially right now where we've been kind of in that bubble of I'm only talking to the people that are closest to me. That's where that level of trust, and that's where the network and marketer really bear their strength, is building those long-term relationships, being experts in particular subjects or particular neighborhoods. We talk to agents all the time that are that neighborhood expert. Nobody does business without talking to them, right?
Right.
So it's, we want to help that side of these charts. So what that means for CRM, as I just said, is that there's different CRMs for different types of agents. The prospector and converter, the online lead gen game, typically works really well for like high power, fast working teams. And that's what we've seen. And, they have the bandwidth and the right people to be making those quick follow-up calls. It's like you've got a business development rep on your team that just makes phone calls and books appointments. And most typical real estate agents don't have A, that personality, and B, the want to do that type of work. So as I said a moment ago, T360 concluded that it's actually 85% of agents are on the networker and marketer side.
Right.
I'm hoping that everybody behind their computer screens today is kind of going, yeah, I'm on that side. Because you're in that 85%. If you're in the 15%, there's still value in this webinar for you, I promise. There's still things you can be doing with your CRM and with your sphere. But we're still seeing so many agents and brokerages feel that they need to invest in lead gen, in CRM solutions and website solutions that are driving leads, but they convert less than 1% of them.
Right.
So it's a treadmill. You're just stuck on it. You're like a hamster wheel going around and around. So we want to get you off the hamster wheel and get you back to the basics. Go back to your own database, keeping in touch with that database so that you're strengthening relationships and you're growing a profitable referral and repeat based business. It was a HomeSmart agent that we talked to back in the fall, Mari Takashita, who told us all about her repeat and referral based business because she had CRMs and marketing systems set up. And I think she said she was making over 6 figures and she works like 25 hours a week.
She's on autopilot, and she was for those that are on the call. She's a 5 diamond agent, so she's made our 5 diamond level. And when I say autopilot, meaning she's on autopilot doing what she does best. Her hours aren't spent trying anymore to dig up new business. Her time is spent face to face with clients because her marketing, so much of it was automated through Exact Contact, through the CRM. So constant touches, reaching out to her database and engaging her sphere, which has grown large over the years. But it's that automation and everything that really drives the engagement and then allows her to do what she's doing best: meet with people, take care of them, serve their needs, and then that positive results for her, right? Yeah,
the system's doing the heavy lifting for her. And so that's what the core technology of your CRM is going to do. I wanted to highlight this one because, and I don't know if you've seen this, Todd, this is actually a broker study that the Wave Group did. And Wave Group's part of RE Technology. They did a study with brokers and asked them, what do you feel are the key benefits of a CRM platform for real estate agents? And, big swing, but anything sort of above 40% was those key things that we're talking about: strengthening relationships, staying close to your pipeline, and ensuring that you have, accurate follow-up. So it will help you be more productive, increase your repeat and referral business, support strong sales habits in general, because you also have like automated reminders. It's not just about automated marketing and sort of hands off and let it drive everything for you, but even just having automated reminders for who to follow up with so you're following up at the right time. Ensuring that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Those past clients that you talked about, I don't know if I have that slide in this webinar, but we talk about that NAR home seller profile study as well, where they just forget their agent's name. And we don't want them to forget your name. So start with just making it easy. Connect with everybody on your A list And your A list is like that 20% of your database that will likely drive 80% of your business over the course of your career.
Yep.
So
hey, Shannon, real quick, somebody typed something into the chat real quick, and it was about what does CRM stand for? And CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And that's the acronym for it. It's Customer Relationship Management, CRM.
I've heard it referred to as continually reminding me.
Exactly.
Also a good acronym.
Me. I like that one
because that's what it does.
It is so much more than that, because it does the automated reminders that, a week beforehand, it tells you that it's someone's birthday, or that it's an anniversary date of when they bought their home, or that you haven't talked to this person for 4 months. You need to reach out. And, so it's those types of automated reminders really that we're talking about that help you as an agent engage your sphere. Exactly what she has up on the screen right here. It starts with just organizing your database.
And all in one place, first of all. Yeah.
And this is one thing that I do love about your company. For all of you that are thinking, oh, this sounds complicated, I don't even know what CRM is, and how do I do this? Exact Contact will actually do it for you. They will actually take your contacts, they'll download them from your phone, get them into or you get them a CSV file, or an Excel file, some sort of a database, tell them what you're using right now, and they'll bring it from all these different sources, and you will actually help them organize it and actually put them up into the Exact Contact system for them and set up their syncs. Is that correct? So that when they add a new contact into their system, it'll automatically sync, right?
Yeah. So really, anywhere your contacts are today, we're going to consolidate it, put it all into one place. And then, as Todd just said, we can sync it with your Google, with your phone, with your Outlook, wherever you keep the majority of your contact list and do your emailing and things, wherever you have that contact list stored. We want it to be synced up. Yeah. And then you've actually always got a backup list too, right?
But I like what you have on this. I love what you have on the screen, the A and B list. Everybody, should know the A's, really drive 80% of your business, and they're probably 20% of your database is your A's. And
I actually have another bullet there I missed, but your common A-list clients are those your past clients. They're people that give you referrals, just your sphere of influence, the people that know, like, and trust you. I heard another agent on another webinar say, or broker actually, say that when she has someone join her office, and she has a lot of new agents, so when she has someone join her office, the first task she gives them is 50 people. Bring a list of 50 people that you know. And we're going to start there. And they all kind of look at her like a deer in the headlights and go, I don't know if I know 50 people off the top of my head. But if you sit down and you actually think about it, you do. And it's, if you were going to have a major life event, marriage, baby, divorce, birthday, who would you want to include in that announcement? And that's a good place to start. So if you're sort of thinking about who those people are, then that's a good place to sort of wrap your head around. And then, of course, if you've been in the business longer, you've got past clients.
Well, and another thing, I think that sometimes agents stress too much about that, about 50 people or whatever. And I just ask them, I say, pull out your phone and just start scrolling through your phone and just look at how many contacts you actually have that maybe they aren't the people that are going to buy a home, but they're the people that you could talk to about real estate that could give you a referral or give you a lead or help you, type of a thing. But
and anyway, what's key is they have to remember that you're in real estate.
Yes.
So that when they talk to somebody else that's thinking of buying or selling and going, there's all these realtors out there, I don't know who to work with, that they go, you should call Todd.
Yep. All right, so I'll quit interrupting you. Keep on going.
I love the interruption, the interaction. So often it's just me talking to slides. So I'm glad to have a co-host here.
Right.
And you can connect with these people really however you want, and it can be something just as simple as a check-in, right? Talk to them about the market, or just say hi. Or if you know that they are a dog lover and you just got a puppy, make that a conversation and give them something that makes you memorable. And then, of course, not that we're life coaches here, but make sure you're a happy, enthusiastic person to do business with. Happy, enthusiastic people attract more happy, enthusiastic people. And my little dare to be different thing here, it's not that it's different to be happy and enthusiastic, but do something that, what I mean is do something that sets you apart. Do something that makes you unique in your market. So if it's being a market expert, if it's, being the person that, what was an agent telling me, or a broker that had someone join their office, and he hired the cow guy. The cow guy had grown up in like dairy farm land somewhere in the Midwest, and he had his signposts painted like dairy cows. He had his car painted like dairy cows, his business card. And if somebody phoned the office, they didn't phone looking for the agent's name. They phoned looking for the cow guy.
The cow guy. I love it.
You don't have to be that different, but you can be different enough that just
Yep.
something that stands out. Be the agent that when you do a pop by on a past client and they've got the Amazon package sitting on their front porch, you ring the doorbell holding it.
Yep.
Right? Like just those little tiny things
Yep.
can be that thing that sets you apart and makes you a real person to do business with.
Yep.
So I'm going to segue. Why do you need a CRM? And I'm going to highlight another, again, we love stats and studies. Active Rain did a rich agent, poor agent study. And I'm actually not sure how recent it was now, but it's still relevant. That showed using a real estate CRM was found to be one of the key factors in the success of top performing agents. So just as we said about your HomeSmart colleague, your 5-diamond agent, having those systems in place, having things like automated marketing made those agents more successful. They pulled a whole bunch of factors. What kind of car do you drive? All kinds of things. But one of the key things that was found to be driving their success was that they had systems in place that were helping them work their business and helping them in the background so they could be doing more of what they love to do, what they're good at, right. Being face-to-face with clients and prospective sellers. I do have the NAR study, Todd, in this particular presentation. This is sort of a different approach to it. Next slide is the stats we've already talked about. But in that NAR home seller profile study, they asked people also where they found their agent and whether it was a referral or some other marketing source. And it was actually 3 times the number of all other sources were referrals. Right? But then you get into that staggering stat where, 85% of people said, yeah, I would definitely use my agent again or tell someone else about them. And less than 25% did. I think actually the most recent update to this, like the most current, is actually like 13%. Yeah. I was corrected on my slide last week, so I got to update that. Right. So and it's because they forgot your name. We're hammering this home. Right. So the bottom line is that putting systems in place will make sure that you can make phone calls, you can earn 6-figure incomes, do more business.
For everyone on the call, on the Zoom here, we're going to get into the system. She's going to log in and show you live how easy it is. But the reason why we're spending time on this right here is many times I've seen agents just say, that just sounds like a lot of time and a lot of work to set up. And it sounds difficult. And it sounds like sounds like it'll be a lot of time. But the reality of it is that it's not. It's an easy to use CRM. You're going to help them do so much of it. But that time, the short time invested in just taking a couple minutes and getting it set up can reap massive rewards down the road, because that's how you are reminded of what you need to do today and tomorrow and next week. And it puts you on a path and it puts you on a plan. So I just wanted everybody to know that's why we're going over these slides. We're trying to urge you to do this, because it is simple. It is simple to get it going.
Right? It is. And yeah, I get where, exactly what you're saying, Todd. We get agents all the time like, I just don't have time to do it. Yeah. You have to make the time. And any database is as good as what you put into it. Even if you set aside, 30 minutes a day for the first week that you've got it, you'll have so much more in place than you might right now. Yep. And that's just going to make your business so much better.
Go back 2 slides. Mariana wanted us to go back 2 slides right there. Is that the slide, Mariana, that you wanted to see?
I can send you guys a copy of the slides too.
All right. She was just asking. There you go. Yeah. The bottom line is that a CRM, it helps you stay in touch. It helps you stay top of mind. It helps you consistently be there in front of your customers so that you never drive down a street and see another agent's name in your sphere of influence's front yard. That's really what this is about.
Yeah.
And then going on to the next slide, you know, you can have a really successful business and have a nice, have a great business and a great life, feel organized and be in control, right? That's what it's about.
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely. So, and any CRM, guys, any CRM, put a CRM in place. We're talking about Exact Contact. Obviously, we're from Exact Contact. Exact Contact is a HomeSmart partner. But if you've got an existing CRM and you're just not using it well enough and think you could be doing that better, then spend a little bit of time on it. If you feel like it's still not the right CRM for you, then try something else, right? You've got to have something that you will actually spend even just a small amount of time on, because any database is only as good as what you're putting into it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give you my elevator pitch. I'm going to show you what it includes, and then I'm going to show you what it actually looks like and how to do it. So the Exact Contact CRM is actually more than just a database. Because a database, you could think like spreadsheet, Google Contacts, whatever. Exact Contact is real estate specific. So there are actually fields for things like move-in anniversaries and birth dates, and you can enter your properties and have reminders for all of your key dates for a listing or a closing, keeping you on track, making sure you are that professional realtor that your clients are expecting you to be. There's an email newsletter with real estate specific content included. We include agent website with your account. There's social media marketing that helps you build that social media presence with great home ownership and lifestyle related topics. And of course, our customer service, bar none, concierge will get you set up and working quickly in the system so that you aren't spending a ton of time on it, that you can spend, that little bit of time with a concierge setup call with our team and already have some key items going out to everyone in your database. So without further delay, let me pop in there. I have the right window. Yes. Sometimes my screen decides that it's not this screen, which makes my life interesting. Did that on my team meeting this morning. I thought I was sharing a spreadsheet and I was actually sharing my email for a good 6 or 7 minutes before anybody corrected me. So, guys.
They were all reading your email.
They're all reading my one email on the screen. Yeah.
So Christopher Cotta, we see him on the screen.
Yeah, so we see Chris Cotta. This is the Exact Contact dashboard. What you're seeing Chris Cotta in here is what we call our Keep in Touch coach. And that's just one of the key items that uses automation of the system to say, hey, these are the people you need to follow up with today. So we've got everybody here, 18 people. Here's the people that you need to be in touch with. And what the system's doing is it's using their business pipeline status, right? So we can get into like the A list, B list in the groups, right? But at the highest level, we want to build our funnel. Right. And it's whether you've got a new prospect, new referral, a hot prospect, your past clients. Actually, show you the whole business pipeline here. Current clients. The Keep in Touch coach uses these statuses to then remind you continually to follow up. Right. So on a recurring basis, Chris Kidd is going to show up here. The moment I log a prospecting update, phone call, whatever, he goes away. But he's going to show up again. We have it set to 7 days for hot prospects. Okay. Right? So I'm going to call Thor, and he's going to pop up again in 7 days because he's a hot prospect. Right. Okay. Yeah. So really, really cool with the Keep in Touch coach. I wish I'd had this in some of my past sales roles where you're literally pulling up a client list like this on the page and going, did I talk to Andrew this week? No, I did talk to Andrew this week. Okay. Did I talk to Sal? And it was so tedious. Right. So this just floats them right to the top of your dashboard. You can't miss it. It's stuck there at the top and makes it easy to know who to follow up with so that you're doing it at the right time. We're looking at hot prospects right now, but just because our demo account has that populated. But I think this is even more valuable for like past clients and long-term prospects. Right. Right.
Well, the thing I love about this is it's kind of showing right there on the screen how the system is really walking you through the activities that you should do. And it's keeping you efficient and it's keeping you focused. And it's saying, call Thor. Okay, call the next person. Okay, call the next person. And say I ran into Thor last night, at a PTA event. I just
snooze him.
I just, yeah, I snooze him because the system didn't know I ran into him last night. So snooze him. And then you saw the pull down menu 1 day, 5 days, 7 days, however long. And then it go on to the next one. And so really, I love the efficiency that it drives. And that's how agents like Mari can get so much accomplished in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're talking about being able to send people valuable items, things like a monthly email newsletter, like drip email campaigns, like birthday and move-in anniversary email cards. All of that's actually automated. So in your account, you have a monthly email newsletter. We write it for you. So all you have to do is upload your photo, your logo, put in your contact information, and the system will do the rest. So you've got a personal message addressed to the person or couple you're sending it to, and 3 articles which position you as an expert in all things home ownership. So it's not just about buying and selling real estate. It could just be things about being in the home and what people might be thinking about. And that goes out automatically. So you can literally set it and forget it. And I can say probably about 90% of our customers do exactly that. There's a very small percentage that have the time or take the time or make the time, I guess, to make any customizations. But this content is strong content and it's brand new every single month. It's evergreen. So you won't see anything that's like particularly seasonal or regional. It's, we're shoveling snow up here in Toronto in November, but not so much elsewhere. But you will get great content that just makes you stand out and keeps you top of mind. Even if someone doesn't read the whole thing, they're going to see you in their inbox with a consistent communication.
So far what I've heard, you got you get your database in there, and then it's going to give you a keep in touch coach. It's going to remind you about calling, texting, engaging, doing some sort of engagement. Then you have your monthly newsletter, or however often you want your newsletter to go out. You're writing the content for them. You're helping them set it up so that it gets set up on a set and forget schedule so that they can just set it up. And then, the system will keep doing that on a regular basis for them. What else?
You got it. The birthdays and move-in anniversaries are my next favorite thing about Exact Contact. And a lot of you do, some kind of birthday follow-up. Maybe you do move-in anniversary follow-up. But why not make it easy for yourself? Every time you learn somebody's birthday, rather than having to write it down somewhere or make a note wherever you're keeping your database, and then also put it in your calendar and then make it recurring. How many steps was that? 4? 5?
Right.
What if you could just add it to their contact record and hit save? And the system will then automatically pull that person into the birthday reminder, put them in your calendar, and automatically send them a nice little birthday greeting card on their special day.
Love it.
Yeah, same thing applies for move-in anniversaries, which I personally think are even more valuable in real estate. Everybody knows their own birthday. We don't generally forget our own birthday. And because of social media, we're kind of expecting to be wished happy birthday. If we weren't wished happy birthday by anybody except our own mother, we'd probably be a little disappointed, right? Like, oh, nobody remembered it was my birthday. Facebook does have my birthday, doesn't it? So you'd be maybe a little disappointed just because we're all so used to that at this point. But move-in anniversaries are these awesome key dates for real estate agents to follow up with their past clients, because quite frankly, the person you're communicating with has probably forgotten what day they moved into that house that you helped them find.
Right.
And that's huge. So you're following up on a day that's relevant and personal that they've probably forgotten, and they can't believe that you've remembered, and it ties them directly back to your business. So same thing applies. You can get a reminder and do something personal, give them a phone call, whatever you'd like to do. You can also have this great little automated email greeting card going out into their inbox.
And the agent doesn't have to worry about any of the photographs.
These are all pre-written.
Kind of all created, and that's why you can, again, get so much done. And I encourage you to do that. Just be quick about it. Just use what they have. Don't try to completely recreate the wheel, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely create your own content, but there's already so much here for you to work with. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Next would be activity plans. And I actually it was just the phone call I was on, Todd, just before I jumped on here. I was explaining to someone what an activity plan is. Some of you may be familiar with marketing campaigns or drip email campaigns.
Right.
And that would be the thing that's most similar to an activity plan. We call these activity plans instead of just drip email campaigns because there's so much more than just email can go into these.
Right.
So we've written actually 9 campaigns that can be assigned to individual contacts or groups of contacts. These are pre-scheduled, pre-written campaigns meant to be sent to specific types of contacts. So this is for a first-time buyer who's currently renting, and it's a 2-year long campaign. This is 2 years worth of email ready to go. And every one of these that says email is just auto sending.
Well, it's also got, doesn't it do other items like reminders to make a phone call?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we got like email, there's a phone call reminder, and we even give you a little topic for what you might want to phone them about, right? The last email was about mortgages. Let's actually make a phone call about that.
Yeah.
And every one of these emails for this first time home buyer, it looks like a personal note from you. It will have the greeting for the appropriate person or couple, and it will have your signature. And then the body's just meant to look like you're sending them a personal little note to say, hey, first time buyer, I often get asked, what kind of mortgage can I get? And so you're positioning yourself on an expert, not just on home buying or selling or home ownership, but on their specific scenario in regards to what you're an expert in.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just one example. There's 9 different types of campaigns. There's even one that's a 5-year long campaign just for your sphere of influence.
Right. And for everyone, just to make note of, when we did have Mari Takashita on the call, she has had much success from the 5-year campaign. And she even got so much, got to the point where she said, hey,
she needs a new campaign.
I need a new campaign. And so it really, all of these campaigns really do work. They really do work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So that would be really the key things that I would say, if you're not doing already today, get everything into one place, get a monthly e-newsletter, that piece of value content going out to everyone. And then spend a little bit of time, get your statuses and your types and your groups set up, even if it's just A-list and B-list, buyer and seller, and then assign them to appropriate activity plans.
Let's talk about a couple more things. Agent website, social, and texting and video. Can you cover those?
Yeah, let me do texting and video before I get into the websites, because those are probably quicker. Mass texting, you can activate in your IXACT contact account. So you can actually send a mass text message. It's $5 a month. So small add-on to the system. Well worth it. And it will allow you to then mass text groups of contacts. And our suggestion behind it is use it strategically. Don't, mass blast everybody the same message. Right. But if you've got a hot listing, send it to everyone that is, a hot buyer prospect in that price range.
So here's one idea. We talk about doing 10-minute open houses where you walk through a home with showing a video, and you do a walkthrough on Facebook Live or on Zoom or Google Meet or something like that. Or you just record it and then post it later, and you're doing a walkthrough. And what happens is that people start to sign up or engage with that type of a walkthrough or an open house, and they're buyers. And so if you have 10 buyers one week and 10 buyers the next week and 10 buyers the next week, next thing you know, you have 100 and some buyers. And so you can actually keep that going, and then you could text those buyers. Now I have 100 buyers. I'm doing another 10-minute open house tomorrow at 1 p.m., right? And so then now you get more buyers and you keep it going. So use the texting strategically for things like that to keep them engaged every week.
Yeah. Right? And the awesome thing about texting is it's like a virtually 100% open rate.
Yes, it is.
Because everybody still has their phone goes ding and you look at it.
Yep.
You can't, and even if it goes ding and you're in the middle of something else, you're like looking at, I just need to check it went bing. I got to look, right? Everybody has that attachment to your phone. Yeah. it's like a limb.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're definitely going to create engagement there. And then video, we are integrated with BombBomb for video emailing. And I'm going to show you an example of how I've used this in our demo account here. is when you have new leads coming into your Exact Contact account. And by the way, we can capture leads from virtually any online source,
Right.
website, landing page, Zillow, wherever you're getting your leads from. When those leads land in your CRM, you've got to send them something. You can send them an automated text message that just says, hey, thank you so much for reaching out to me. Can I call you right now? And that's going to text them that message.
Right.
So that's another good use of the texting. You can also have your autoresponder send a little video email.
Love that.
So you're then setting that, and you can use this to set expectations. Hey, if you're looking to buy, have this ready before I call you. I'll call you within the next hour or whatever your email says.
Right. Love that.
So great use of that. If you're not a BombBomb subscriber, highly encourage it. It's an awesome service. If you don't want to pay for BombBomb, you can simply upload your videos to something like YouTube, and then you would put in an image here and hyperlink that image.
I think we need
Video.
to do a webinar specifically about video and BombBomb and have you and our BombBomb counterparts on the phone too. And let's talk about it.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
So we'll do that future coming up. Type into the chat if you guys like that idea. But I love the video integration and love how you're integrated with that. So keep going.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to run out of time probably. I'm over talking as usual. The agent websites that are included in your CRM account. If you don't have a great website today, you just need another website, you want an unbranded website, whatever. There's a free agent website included with the CRM.
Okay.
So you can create this website simply by choosing which layout you like and putting in a domain name and choosing your colors, uploading your photo and your logo. Done. Bang. You got a website with 16 pages, information for buyers, for sellers. There's contact forms on every page of this website. We even write a blog and post to that blog for you every 2 weeks.
So this is lead generation. You're writing, you're posting a blog for them. And then there's engagement tools where there's lead capture coming into the CRM, right? Mm-hmm. So and same thing on the website and on the landing pages and the different things that you do. And that's where it's lead generation, but it's different. It's not buying leads, you're creating your own leads, which is what I love about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have a great website today, think of it this way. Even if you're nurturing your own sphere and trying to get referrals, the way the world works today is they're going to Google you. They're going to look you up. They want to know that you're a real human being. Like, I know that Bob says that you're awesome, but I'm going to Google you. So you got to have something that then positions you as that expert and has that professional online presence. If you want to add it, you can add IDX for searchable listings from your local board. And that would, just like if someone goes to realtor.com, they'd be able to search your entire MLS. And you can even feature your own listings or your office's listings on your page.
Right.
Yeah. So small additional cost for the IDX. And the last thing, I know you love this, Todd, is our social stream. And what Social Stream does is pulls articles from national news and magazine sources and posts them automatically to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, Facebook business page specifically. And every agent should have a Facebook business page. Don't use a personal page. You got to update it. You need a business page. Facebook's getting rather finicky about what you're posting on your personal page. So definitely worth sort of separating those two things a little bit. What Social Stream is doing is helping you solve the problem of posting content to your social media. Content is, you got to write it yourself. You can't post listings all the time. You can't just post about yourself. You got to have other general interest content, but you're not a writer. So where do you get the content from? So it can be really challenging for real estate agents to find that content and then get it onto their page. And that's what Social Stream is helping to solve. It's pulling in content from all of these national publications, it's top tier publications, top writers creating this content. And then you choose, how often do I want this to post? It will post completely automatically up to 3 times a day. It's a lot. And you choose which publications and which topics to pull from. And when someone goes to whether they're just on their news feed and they're scrolling and they see one of your posts, or they're on your page and they see one of your posts. We're on our friend Dennis's page here. When they click to read the article, they don't go directly to Realty Times. They're taken here to a landing page that has your contact information next to the article, and again, that lead capture pop-up. So helping you to then get a hold of that email address from your semi-anonymous Facebook followers.
Awesome.
Yeah, so again, feeds back into the CRM, gets automatically assigned to your e-newsletter, so you've got that automated nurture going on already.
Okay, so we have about 12 minutes left, and I know there's more that you could continue to show, but I wanted to ask the audience, real quick, what would you like to see? What would you like to ask Shannon? Do you have any questions for her? And I'm going to type some things here into the chat, about what I've heard, everything that you get along with the system, and any questions?
Yeah, and there's my big long list of all the different things that are included in Exact Contact. Can even make it longer if we list every little thing. But what makes us different is that it is a broad solution, but it's simple and easy to use, and we've got the best support in the industry. I was asked some tough questions earlier today on a demo call, and that was one of them, was what makes you different from your competition? And that's really one of the main things, is that it's easy to use. There's so much included. If you're not techie, you can still use the system and understand it quickly and easily. If you are techie, there's lots there for you to dive into. And of course, ultimately, it's what's going to help you stay organized, stay in touch with everybody, and nurture and convert more leads. So ultimately expanding your business.
Love that. Got two quick questions. One is about cost. One, I think you should tell them too about the, if you've been in real estate less than a year, for anyone on the call, less than your real estate in a year. And then also two quick questions about lead generation and campaigns. So why don't you tackle the cost and the first year in real estate program?
You bet. So I have actually my cost slide up here. This is not what Exact Contact costs, by the way. This is what it would cost if you went and found all of the different solutions encompassed into Exact Contact from individual vendors. And I think actually 90 to 230, especially with a website, is pretty conservative. We do it for just $33 a month with our annual billing, or $39 a month if you're doing month to month. And for HomeSmart agents, you get your first 5 weeks free, and then it's just $29 a month. If you're a new agent, your first 6 months are free. So if you are in your first year in real estate, your first 6 months are free. We want to help you establish those good business practices and help you be successful in this new career path that you've chosen.
Right. That's amazing. Okay, so quick review of lead generation potential if you don't have a big contact list. And I have some thoughts on that too after you, Shannon. But
yeah, and you don't have to have a big contact list. You just have to be staying in touch with and staying relevant with the people you do have, because they'll help bring people to you. So there's referral sources. You also need a good website so that, as people do find you online, that they have the ability to get in touch with you quickly and easily. Some of the strategy behind that website, by the way, and you can do this without spending a whole lot of marketing dollars, is add some pages to your website that are specific to your area of expertise, whether it's particular neighborhoods, whether it's particular subject matter on a specific neighborhood. Create pages that have that content. And that's what's going to help people find you. Think about how people search for homes, right? They're searching for homes. They're not searching for, Todd Sumney realtor. They're searching for homes for sale, Glen Park. Right.
Well, I in some of the classes that I do, I talk about, okay, let's just first off pull out your phone and just look at the total number of contacts in your phone. That is already a great contact list and a sphere of influence. And I think you'd be surprised at how many people you have in your phone, and that you already do have a database and you have a starting point. I'm working with some new agents that said, but I don't want to call everyone. I don't want to be that friend that is like, oh, hey, I'm in real estate, buy real estate from me. And what we did with this particular agent was we flipped it a little bit and we said, why don't you tell everyone or certain people, hey, look, I'm excited about what I'm doing in real estate. And, I'm asking my friends and people that I know in my sphere to just help me get the word out, because I'm here to help. I'm here to serve, and I'm doing great. And I'm going to also keep you guys posted with what I do. And
I got a message just like that recently, Todd,
okay,
from a little girl. And I say little girl because I taught her to horseback ride when she was yay big.
right,
And I'm on her Instagram or something. And
yeah,
I got a direct message from her. I'd seen a couple of her posts and I was like, oh yeah, Sabrina's in real estate now. But I got a direct message from her that said almost just what you just said. Hey, I'm so excited that I'm doing this. This is the team that I've joined. Don't know if you've seen any of my posts, but would love if you'd follow us and if you wouldn't mind sharing it.
yes, that's what it is. And
Yeah.
you want to help her, right? And
Yeah.
then so it grows. And then the other thing is that just if you start to set a goal out there, this of increasing and adding people into your database, and even if you just do 2 a day, that's 10 in a week, that's 40 in a month, and in 10 months that's 400. And so it really, and if you don't have the CRM set up, now you got 400 people on random pieces of paper all over your office, right?
Yeah, and maybe it's just the position I'm sitting in, but I thought it was really smart of her to go to her Instagram and to reach out to everybody there that had been following her from wherever they met her. Like, I used to be her horseback riding instructor.
That's
But
awesome.
I still know who she is. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. She's all grown up and she's doing real estate. So, you do know more people than you think.
You do. And just make a goal of 2 people a day, because 2 people a day is, that's, that can be, well, it's 365 days in a year. So that could be 600 people in a year easily. And then your sphere grows, and then you're just engaging them. And what you're doing is you're providing service. You're not selling, you're providing service, and that service provides an information, and that service results in engagement. So, and then you start sharing information about what's going on in their neighborhood or what's going on here or there, and it just, the value grows. But you start with setting it up. I love the note. I just saw Lori posted a note. So excited to get started. This is what I've been looking for a long time. Lori, let us know how we can help.
Yeah.
And someone asked how many emails or contacts can be sent every month, number of emails, number of contacts can be stored, number of texts. Are there limitations?
There is no limit to the number of contacts. I mean, there's a soft limit at 25,000. If any of you have 25,000 contacts, I'm going to question where you got the list. We're talking about, nurture those that you know. The emails, there is no limit. Your account includes 2,500 messages, mass emails every month, which is more than enough for the average agent. If you need more, you can purchase more credits. So it's actually unlimited. And texting, similarly, it's an optional add-on. So for $5, you get 100 credits, and then you can purchase more credits in bulk packages as needed.
Right.
Yeah. So there's really no limits.
Sure. Awesome. Someone said, is this a system, an online system, or, is it downloaded?
It is an online system. You access it through your web browser. There is also a mobile app that you can download, so you've got it with you on the go.
Perfect. I want to address this one. It said, what if 500 agents from the same broker or others have the same exact website template? How these websites be treated by search engines? And, and so number one, I'm going to say that's number one, your sphere of influence rarely overlaps even with the other agents in your office's sphere of influence. They rarely overlap, or they overlap just a little bit. And so don't let that stop you or hinder you at all. Number two is that even if 500 agents in the same brokerage were using it, which we would, love, again, there's no overlap, and it's your customers and they want to engage with you. They want to get to know you. They want to hear from you. So I really don't think that that's, an issue. And from a search engine standpoint, just the same way with HomeSmart websites, we have agent websites for all of you. It looks, Google looks at those very positively. I know from the research I've done, Google looks at the IXACT contact websites very positively. And I recommend that agents have 2, because one website's going to get you agents from over here from Google, and another one's going to get you, your HomeSmart website's going to get you agents from over here with Google. So you can actually begin to have an engagement at 2 different sources, with very little bit of work, because these are simple and easy to just integrate together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. What else? Let's see, can we get personal help? And I think
Yes.
that's what the concierge is about. Yes.
Yeah, let me go back 2 slides. So initially, you have our concierge setup service. From the moment you sign up, you get an email that gives you your login details and some first instructions for getting in there and getting started. And then the very next day, someone from my team will call you and welcome you and see what they can do with you to right on the spot to get you going. Make sure that your contact data gets uploaded quickly and easily. And we can even schedule the one-on-one call with a member of our support team. So at your convenience, pick a scheduled call and they will walk through setting up all of the key elements of your account with you. And then you have unlimited ongoing phone support, actually phone, email, and chat. So there's a little live chat window when you're inside the application.
Right, right. Someone said, are those auto emails that are being sent out the same, sent by other agents as well? Just curious if in case if two agents emails go to the same contact, then it looks like an automated email, not personal. Again, in all my years, that's been a very, very rare situation that happens. And I do think that someone asked about how many go into spam, how much goes into, how many are actually read. People still read email and engagement, but we've also talked about text, video, social media, everything else. But email, people are loving email, and so many people are reading email, so it's so effective. So anyway, I know we're over on time. Shannon, I think I got
go back here if anybody needed the link again.
Yep. We got some requests that they do want us to do a webinar just on video marketing and BombBomb with IXACT
Cool.
and BombBomb.
Yeah.
So let's get that set up.
I love that.
I do know that we are planning a webinar. We haven't announced it yet with IXACT and Knock, talking about how you can inform your customers that there are options for them to buy before they sell. And, so we're going to be talking about that as well. So be on the lookout for some of these upcoming webinars. But Shannon, thank you. Thank your team at Exact Contact for doing this with us. Any parting comments that you'd like to save the group before we leave?
I want to thank everybody for joining us, of course. And thank you, Todd, for, as always, being an awesome co-host. And just going to reiterate to everybody that if you don't have good systems in place, doesn't mean you don't have a system in place. If you don't have a good system in place that you'll use, then think about what your strategy is and how putting something in place is going to help your business.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So go to exactcontact.com/HomeSmart. Go there, sign up for your 6 months free or your 5 weeks free, get the concierge to help you, and then loop back with me. Let me know how it's working for you. And hopefully you can all have the same success that Mari and some of our other HomeSmart agents have had. So Shannon, thank you again. And thank you all for joining us today on the webinar. We'll see you soon.
Likewise. Bye-bye.